Most men never stop to think about whether they're truly valued in their relationships. You might be doing everything right, showing up, being there, providing support, and yet, deep down, there's this feeling that you're just being tolerated, not truly seen or appreciated for who you are. It's easy to brush this off or ignore it because you think it's normal, but the truth is, people only value what they feel they could lose. The moment someone becomes too sure that you will always be there no matter what, they stop trying, they stop appreciating, and they stop seeing your worth because they feel there's no risk of losing you. This isn't about playing games or becoming cold. It's about understanding human psychology. When someone feels your presence is guaranteed, they start taking it for granted, not out of malice, but because certainty kills desire and gratitude over time. If you've ever found yourself trying harder, giving more, or suppressing your needs just to keep the peace, you're putting yourself in a position where your value diminishes in her eyes. Even if you're doing it from a place of love, it's time to flip the script and realize you are not here to be a placeholder or a safety net. You are here to be valued, respected, and desired for who you are, not just for the role you play in her life. This starts by reclaiming your self-worth and living in a way that naturally demands respect, not by asking for it, but by embodying it. When you begin to understand that you are the prize, your energy shifts. You stop fearing loss because you know what you bring to the table, and you recognize that if she can't see your worth, it's her loss, not yours. Most men misunderstand what masculine energy truly is. They think it's about acting tough, being aggressive, or trying to dominate every situation. In reality, masculine energy is about stability, purpose, and calm confidence that doesn't need to shout to be felt. It's the energy that leads, not because it wants to control, but because it is sure of its direction. It's about being decisive, standing by your values, and taking responsibility for your actions and your life, without excuses or blame. When you walk into a room, your posture and your presence speak before your words do. Standing tall, maintaining eye contact, and speaking with clarity and calm authority signal to the world that you are grounded within yourself. And this is something women are naturally drawn to, often without even realizing why. This doesn't mean you need to control everything or everyone around you, but it does mean you take control of your own life, your decisions, and your path. Women find comfort in a man who knows what he wants and is willing to take steps to pursue it, whether that means deciding on where to eat, taking initiative in planning your future, or standing firm in your personal goals and beliefs. It's not just about physical presence. It's about mental discipline too. When you push yourself in the gym, pursue challenging hobbies, or practice mindfulness and emotional regulation, you build a deeper sense of masculine energy that radiates outward. It tells her, and everyone around you, that you are capable, dependable, and secure in yourself. This energy isn't loud, it's steady, like a calm river that shapes the land around it without force, but with unwavering persistence. When you cultivate this within yourself, you stop seeking validation and instead become the type of man who naturally attracts respect, admiration, and genuine desire. A lot of men lose themselves in relationships without even realizing it. They become so focused on making her happy, being available, and prioritizing her needs that they start to forget who they were before the relationship began. They stop spending time with their friends, stop pursuing their passions, and start shrinking their world to revolve around her. This might feel like love, but over time, It creates a dynamic where you become less interesting and less magnetic in her eyes. She didn't fall for a man who had no life. She was drawn to your energy, your passions, and the way you move through the world with your own purpose. That is why it's crucial to build and maintain a life outside of her, to create distance, but to keep your identity and energy strong. Reconnect with your friends, the ones who know you best, and push you to be better. Spend time with people who remind you of who you are, who challenge you, and who keep you laughing and motivated. When you're around driven, focused friends, you naturally level up, and this energy follows you into your relationship, making you more attractive and centered. Expand your social circle to include women as well, to make her jealous, but to live as a socially vibrant man who can interact with people comfortably. Women are wired to notice social proof, and when they see you are liked and respected by others, especially women, it reinforces your value in their eyes without you saying a word. You don't have to flirt or cross boundaries. Just be a man who can hold conversations, share stories, and make others feel good around you. When you live a life where you are surrounded by energy, goals, and community, you become the kind of man who is not easily replaced, and she will feel it deeply. Fear is one of the biggest destroyers of attraction, and most men don't even realize how often they operate from a place of fear in their relationships. It might show up as you constantly checking in to make sure she isn't upset with you, avoiding speaking your mind because you're scared it will cause a fight, or letting things slide that bother you because you're afraid she will leave if you speak up. The more you live in this fear, the more you lose yourself, and the man she was initially attracted to slowly disappears. She didn't fall for a man who was unsure of himself and afraid to lose her. She fell for the man who was confident in himself, who knew who he was, and who was willing to walk away from anything that didn't align with his values and worth. You need to shift your mindset from, "What if I lose her?" to "What would she lose if she loses me?" This is not about arrogance, but about knowing what you bring to the table and living in a way that shows your worth without having to prove it constantly. Remind yourself daily that you are enough, not because you are perfect, but because you know your value, your dreams, and your potential. When you let go of the fear of losing her, you become free to be your authentic self. And that authenticity is what makes you magnetic. You will start to speak your truth calmly, set standards without aggression, and walk away from situations that don't align with your peace, knowing that it is not your job to convince someone to see your worth. When you stop fearing loss, you will gain the power to attract respect, desire, and true partnership because you are living from a place of strength, not fear. Most men think that setting boundaries will push a woman away, but the reality is, without clear boundaries, she cannot fully respect you. Boundaries are not about controlling her or the relationship. They are about showing that you respect yourself enough to communicate what is acceptable to you and what is not. It is about demonstrating that your time, energy, and emotional well-being are valuable, and you will not compromise them for the sake of avoiding conflict or seeking approval. When you let things slide that genuinely bother you, you send a silent message that you are willing to tolerate behavior that disrespects you, and over time, this erodes her respect and attraction. Boundaries teach people how to treat you, and a woman will test those boundaries, consciously or unconsciously, to see if you truly stand behind your words and values. This is why it is crucial to communicate calmly and directly when something crosses your line. If she cancels plans last minute without a valid reason, instead of getting angry or passive, let her know it affects you and that your time is important. If she disrespects you in a conversation, Calmly let her know that you will not accept being spoken to that way. It is not about punishing her, but about showing you will not betray yourself to keep her happy. Women find it attractive when a man has standards and is not afraid to express them, as it signals confidence and emotional maturity. It shows you are not desperate to keep her at any cost, and you are capable of walking away if necessary. This energy makes her realize that she has to step up and respect your presence in her life, knowing that you will not compromise your self-respect for temporary peace. Boundaries create a foundation for real, lasting respect and attraction.